Would you want him?
Yes.
These are just natural reactions.
Right. That is natural. All right. There is the finger jab. There is the punch. There is the back fist and then low. Of course, then they use leg straight at the groin or come up. Or if I can back up a little bit, they start that.
You know, Bruce Lee came to me at 9 years old through VHS tapes. Bruce Lee, what a rising star. You know, he died so young. What a beautiful human being, not in just in his martial arts and his artistry. Very fashionable man, you know. Artistry and the way he represented himself. But what drew me to Bruce Lee was this. You know, as a child, I was segregated, spit on, told I didn't belong. But Bruce Lee's message to the world was equality.
All type of knowledge.
We all live underneath the heavenly stars, right? Why not be kind to one another? So he talked about equality. So Bruce Lee, when equality was not a thing where I was mocked, I was spit on. I was told by my peers that, you know, all sorts of names, and then it was reinforced by their parents, teachers, saying I don't belong. You know, I remind it every day. But yet Bruce Lee talked about individuality, being an artist, Taoism, to live in harmony with the universe. You know, to be better than you are yesterday through expression of oneself, movement. My mother, you know, when my stepfather was deployed a lot, my mother would drop us off at the local library. Hours we would spend here, you know. And my brother, you know, he was studying to be a doctor, and I took this opportunity, you know, and I would go and read philosophies, Taoism. So he had a huge effect on me as a child, reading literature that a normal child would, Taoism. What child at 13 years old reads about, you know, that, you know, the universal powers, you know? And the thing was, he was such a role model, but what he said was, be formless, my friend.
Shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot.
You know, and throughout my life was that I had to be formless. You know, during a certain portion, well, in the Special Forces, is about being formless. Your style is formless. As in, if I'm running operations with this commando force, right, in jungle raids and ambushes, right, and then I go into Africa in a Sahara Desert environment, running with Cameroon commandos, do you think the same tactics in a jungle environment will work effectively in this environment? You must form to the environment. You must understand the people. Your style, your teachings must be different. Your weaponry must be different in this environment, right? So you are formless. And Bruce Lee taught me that, to have that mindset. So in my martial art teachings, I withdrew from different forms of martial art. I have certain styles that I practice more than others. And I had certain styles that I drew just so I could get at a certain angle of an attack. To take time, you know, I take distance. I take his ability to react. Bruce Lee talks about reactive speeds, you know, being able to react, right? I took his JKD teachings of speed and I broke it down to a way of a gun. The way he delivers a punch with his abdominal tight is the same way I deliver my movement with a weapon. So I guess you can say that I'm a mixture between Bruce Lee's philosophies and his formlessness in accepting different styles and his adapting of different styles to form his own individual, right? But I'm more Masashi based in the teachings of combat and strategy, Sanju based. But it was because of Bruce Lee is where I got into Taoism and Confucius and to work on being a better human being. And that was refined through the martial arts, and that's what Bruce Lee did, right? He gave his art to the world. He left his legacy. And his legacy was left, and it greatly changed my life. And when I fought for the people, I remember this, when I fought for the people from Southeast Asia to the Middle East, I fought for the people. I fought for the ones that were enslaved, held down by dictators, starved. I fought for the people because Bruce Lee believed in his cause. So, if you ask me how much he meant to me, my life. I walked the path, right? And what a beautiful person he called me. What an artist.
There are various kinds of strikes. It depends on where you hit and what weapon you will be using. To the eyes, you will use fingers.
You see, because most of the men in the picture down here are dubbed anyway.
They're dubbed anyway?
Anyway, and you disregard, and they shoot without sound. So, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash in water.
Are you going to be a superstar here, or one of the States, or both?
Well, let me say this. First of all, the word superstar really turned me off, and I'll tell you why. Because the word star, man, is an illusion. It's something what the public calls you. I mean, I do not look upon myself as a star. I really don't.
And there we go, a wonderful, wonderful honoring of the late Bruce Lee from Tulam, RONIN Tactics. And to see Tulam in person and realize how much of an effect Bruce Lee had on him and an impact that he had on him carries a lot of weight to this video. And I want to say thank you so much to Tu and his family for giving this intimate look into their lives. We have so much more content coming from Tu. For me, some really, really interesting pieces that he's been willing to share with us. But I thought we would lead with this Bruce Lee piece, somebody who is a massive inspiration to ourselves as well. So thank you to Tu for that. And also Bruce Lee's legacy. I mean, the impact that he had himself is just so amazing. It inspired so many of you as well, and hopefully this video can inspire more people. But yeah, thank you to Tu. If you want to see Tu's stuff, RONIN Tactics on Instagram, it's all linked down below, and his YouTube channel provides resources as well. If you want to see myself on Instagram, it's at Jordan Mulliganbrother. You can see all the gym gains that I've been making recently. And if you want to support these projects further, head over to Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now buy the hardest work in the room t-shirts and much, much more, linked down below. And it made this possible to be able to fly out to Colorado and go shoot these projects with my team and my crew was only possible with Mulliganbrothers.com. So thank you so much. It means the world to me. Share this video. You know, the Inspire Change movement is made possible by you guys watching and sharing these videos. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.